Greetings viewers. Welcome to the Rich Vernadeau Variety Show. Remember when shows like Ed Sullivan and Carol Burnett featured many different acts or skits during the show, a true variety show? Well, now that format is back, enjoy this premiere episode of the variety show, and share it with friends. Now sit back and enjoy the show.
This is an account of how the country legend George Jones once, in his youth, worked for my dad, worked for my father. This would have been during a time period in the early 50s, whenever my father was working Texas City, Beaumont, also all over Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi. My father had a road crew who went with him. My father was a photographer, and they would set up and sell coupons door to door and also make pictures at a location, a store, a motel, whatever. This is very similar to when you could go to Sears or Kmart and have your family's picture made. That's the basic idea. Anyway, George Jones was working for my dad's crew, and every morning George would get into the back seat of the car, sometimes with his guitar, and start playing and singing, and some of the other guys would turn to him and say, "Boy, hush up that noise." Of course, they had no idea at that time that he was going to become a big country star, which he later on did. And so after he got big, he sent a color autographed 8x10 of himself to my dad. And that is the account of how George Jones, in his very early years before he made it big, worked for my father, Samuel S. Vernadeau. Thank you very much. The film Mahogany is a 1975 release. It came out in October of that year. Directed by Berry Gordy and produced by Motown, and starring Diana Ross, Anthony Perkins, and Billy D. Williams.
Diana Ross stars with Billy D. Williams and Anthony Perkins in this rags to riches story of a mom.
The movie is visually, stylistically gorgeous. Features Diana Ross playing a struggling young wannabe fashion model, and Tony Perkins, Anthony Perkins, comes along as the photographer who shoots her and helps to propel her career to new heights. It features a #1 Billboard hit song on the soundtrack and in the movie, "Do You Know Where You're Going To" by Diana Ross. And this song was later covered in the 90s, the late 90s, by Mariah Carey.
Model torn between love and success in the fashion world.
Clothes for rich people to look at in a magazine? You think any of this crap means anything to these people around here?
It means something to me.
Do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that life is showing you?
I'm taking maximum pleasure in introducing to you the charming Mahogany.
Be a designer.
And so you shall be, my darling, but let's not try to run.
I'm a success.
Success is nothing without...
Fame will bring her heartbreak and tragedy, but won't stop the pursuit of her dream.
While Mahogany did not receive rave critical reviews, it is still visually stunning, gorgeous music, gorgeous color, of course, Diana Ross, of course, Tony Perkins, and Billy D. Williams. So if you haven't seen the film, I recommend it.
In Amarillo. When we come in Amarillo, I had to have fuel, and I said, "Lori, I gotta get some fuel up here at the Petro." She said, "Debbie, I can't stop." I said, "What do you mean you can't stop?" She said, "He always just gets it in gear and gets me rolling, and then he steps up and I step in." And she said, "I've never stopped it. I said, "Lori, listen to me. I don't have a choice but to stop for fuel. And I've got 3 options. The Petro's on the west end of Amarillo. Then the Pilot is about midway. And then the Flying J is on the east end. And if you miss those fuel stops, there is no more fuel. If you cut off on 287, there is no more fuel at nighttime until you get to Dallas or Fort Worth." I didn't have enough. I mean, I was.
Right.
I don't never run my tanks below a quarter because you don't know if you're going to get in a situation where you can't get any fuel. When it gets to a quarter of tank, I'm done know where I'm going to get fuel at. And I said, "Listen to me, and I'm going to tell you how to stop that truck. Now I don't care if you pull off on the shoulder with it stopped and get Ronnie up, but I gotta stop." She said, "I'll try it." And I said, "Well, you'll succeed if you'll listen to me." So I got her down on the ramp, and then Ronnie took it on in. And that night when we stopped to eat supper, she said, "Thank you." And I said, "Lori, I'm gonna tell you something. When we're running together," I said, "you get up here in the truck with me and let Wormy ride back there with Ronnie. Then you've got 2 drivers on that truck. And I'll teach you how to drive. Whether you ever want to get your CDLs or not. If you're going to be in that truck and you're going to get yourself in that kind of situation, you've got 2 kids depending on you. If you get killed out here, who's going to raise them?" "Yeah, you're right." And I said, that's just common sense.
Well, was she a quick learner? Did she pick up on it? Did she?
Yeah, damn good driver.
Really? Well, that's good. So you probably saved her life.
She's a damn good driver. I'd go to sleep behind her any day, but she still don't have her license.
Yeah, but you still saved her life.
Yeah.
By teaching her, and now she can still go get her CDL at some point.
But that other old guy I was telling you about, he died. He had all kinds of stuff wrong with him. When we was coming out of New York, coming back into Virginia one night, and he hollered on the radio and he said, "Do you have any idea where there's a hospital?" And I said, "Yeah, there's one up here at Winchester." And he said, "I gotta get to emergency room." I said, "Are you in the driver's seat? Or where are you?" He said, "I'm sitting on the floor between the seats." I said, "Well, I don't know what you're going to do, but you better get a hold of that and get stopped, and I'll carry you to the emergency room, but she can't stop it, and you're going to drive to the hospital." So he did. He got up there, and he stopped the truck on the shoulder. Wormy got out and got in their truck with him, and she got in the truck with me.
Yeah.
And we went in to the emergency room. Of course, we had to get way out in the parking lot and get a wheelchair to get him in there. Well, they admitted him right away into intensive care. He had enough fluid on his lungs. He only had like 3% capacity in his lungs. But he was one of them people that smoked that old crank stuff.
Oh, God.
And I no telling why. He smoked cigarettes like 2-3 packs a day. And
like it's going out of style.
Yeah, he wasn't all that old or anything. But anyway, they pumped fluid off his lungs. He stayed up there. Him and her stayed there, and we brought their truck on into the yard for him. Because when you got a load on like that, It really don't matter how sick you are. Another driver's going to have to come get that load.
Right.
Because you just can't. It can't sit out there.
Right.
And the worst things to haul is strawberries and avocados. And I got hit with that a lot because I would take it through. If you break the plastic seal on strawberries, they'll get heavy.
I'm disturbed about the fact there are still sheriffs and constables in our southern states who will join with mobs and aid them and abet them in their activities of defiance and evil.
Think that the policeman is there to be against them rather than to protect them. And these thoughts, these frustrations, these apprehensions automatically are sufficient to make these Negroes begin to form means and ways to protect themselves
Blood
in case
and
the
black
police
lace
themselves get
in
too far
bleeding
outside.
color. Shattering, shivering, shocking experience.